Hello there, I'm Laura Kyle. These are the headlines here on Al Jazeera. Afghan President Hamid Karzai says there is mutual mistrust in his relationship with the US. Hamid Karzai has been addressing a gathering of the country's elite, the lawyer Jirga. They'll be deciding on the role and jurisdiction of US troops after their withdrawal next year. Jane Ferguson has more on what Karzai had to say.
Towards the end of the speech, just in some of his closing comments, however, Karzai did mention something that left some people a little baffled, whereby he said that the security agreement itself should be signed after the presidential elections here have passed over without any international interference and have been allowed to take place with dignity. Now, President Hamid Karzai here in Afghanistan has criticized the international community. He has accused them in the past of what he called interference with presidential elections here. So it's not unusual for him to call for the international community to let alone those elections. But the fact that he said that this agreement should be signed then left some people quite confused. Now, Al Jazeera have spoken to the presidential palace to ask for clarification on what he meant by that. And so far, there hasn't been any clarification. Everybody seems to be quite puzzled as to whether or not this Jirga will simply give the go-ahead for the agreement to be signed, but whether or not it will actually be signed in the coming weeks is still not clear.
In southern Afghanistan, 3 people, including a child, have been killed in an explosion in Kandahar. The blast happened at a restaurant and more than 20 others were injured. The US drone attack has killed at least 6 people in Pakistan. It targeted a religious school in Hungu district, believed to be owned by the anti-American Haqqani group. It's the second time a drone strike has taken place inside Pakistan's settled area. 500,000 Somali refugees in Kenya have been told to leave the Dadaab refugee camp. Kenyan and Somali governments signed an agreement with the United Nations to repatriate them. Under that deal, the camp, which is one of the largest in the world, will be closed within 3 years. You can find the latest on all those stories and much more at aljazeera.com.